Welcome to Biz Wire. I'm Joseph Nordstrom in Beijing. The economic stakes of computer hacking are being raised as the world's two largest economies trade accusations of cyber-espionage instead of goods and services. On Monday, a grand jury in the United States indicted 5 Chinese generals on 31 counts of stealing commercial secrets from U.S. companies for the benefit of Chinese state-owned firms. China accused the U.S. of double standards and on Tuesday summoned the American ambassador Max Baucus and told him that China would, quote, take further action on the so-called charges. The U.S. says that the hacking it does is for reasons of national security, while what China does is for profit. China points out that among the many revelations to come from Edward Snowden was that Shenzhen-based telecom equipment maker Huawei was hacked by the U.S. National Security Agency. This could affect sales of technology purchases between the two sides. Companies like Cisco could see weaker sales as China focuses more efforts at homegrown routing equipment. Later in the broadcast, we have a story about how Chinese government computers will be switching to a Chinese operating system based on Linux to better protect their data. The grand jury indictment is just the latest move in what seems to be an escalating battle for the moral high ground. This will almost certainly affect ties between China and the U.S., including negotiations over a bilateral investment treaty that many American firms say is essential to expanding their presence in China without transferring their technology. One U.S. official even called the alleged theft of industrial secrets the greatest transfer of wealth in human history. But China expert and economist Michael Pettis says the U.S. benefited from stealing intellectual property too when it was a developing country after the American Revolution in the 18th and 19th centuries. In fact, Pettis says all countries transitioning to developed status have engaged in intellectual property theft. This isn't to say that it's okay, only that it is not unique to China. With America continuing to use a name and shame strategy without taking accountability for its own actions, accusations and counter-accusations are likely to continue. After the indictments, China canceled the bilateral working group that discusses hacking set up last year. The group was supposed to be a place where each could air and possibly reconcile their differences. As both sides apparently engage in cyber espionage, it seems there's plenty of hypocrisy to go around. You're watching Biz Wire on the Blue Ocean Network, China's first and only privately owned English-language broadcast media. Our full episode can be seen on our website, BONTV/biz-wire. Let's turn now to Neil Jones for a quick look at a few stories that are buzzing through the markets.